today to take a look at the Broom 50. Now this is the largest boat in the marina today, and that shouldn't be a surprise because it's the largest hull that Broom has ever built. The interior features 3 spacious cabins and an enormous saloon. So let's jump on board and take a look. I'm sat in this cavernous saloon now in one of the 2 C-shaped settees that Broom has fitted on here. This one here over on the starboard side is raised up a few inches on a little dais, which gives you a nice view out. It's just a really nice place to sit and enjoy the world go by. The headroom on board the Broom 50 really is excellent throughout. There was only one place where I found myself having to stoop to get through, and that's the separate stairway down towards the aft cabin. If you were thinking about buying one of these and you're of a similar height to me, say 6'1" or above, you might want to consider adding some padding there because you can smack your head on it. But this is the star of the show. This is the aft cabin, and this is probably the one you'd want to reserve for yourself unless you're feeling particularly generous towards your guests. The one in the bows is perfectly well fitted out and does have its own ensuite. However, the extra space in here is just such a treat, and you really can't underestimate how good it is having the separate shower and heads compartment that this boat features. It just makes getting ready in the morning that much easier, and it's one less argument to have with your other half. As I mentioned earlier, there are 3 cabins on board. The 3rd cabin on this model, the owner decided to have a desk fitted in there and a double, but I've also seen other models that had 2 singles. The headroom is surprisingly good, but you'd probably want to save that for kids or just slightly shorter members of your crew. Up on the raised helm position of the Broom 50, you've got a great view. You can easily see all the extremities of the boat, which should come in handy when manoeuvring. In terms of power, this model is fitted with the most powerful option. It's the 710 horsepower Caterpillar C12 twin engine setup connected to a shaft drive, which means that flat out you'll be doing more than 30 knots, and you'll still be planing at the cruising speed of 26 knots. However, if you decide you want to slow the pace, go for a more sedate inland waterways kind of experience, I should point out the radar arch folds down, so you can get under low bridges. Now this is your only helm position, so this is it. Rain or shine, this is where you'll be skippering the boat from. However, it doesn't feel exposed. You've got this canvas all around, you're really well protected from the elements, and the companionway's just there should you want to shout down to anybody in the saloon or the galley. I'm joined now by Greg Hulson from Broom Boats to have a little chat about the 50's model history. So Greg, when did the 50 come along and what was the idea behind it?
The Broom 50 came along in 1998 and it was really due to customer demand. The 44 had been out for a long time, which was its sister ship, and people wanted to upgrade.
What kind of cruising do people tend to have in mind when they go for a model like the 50?
The 50 is predominantly an offshore cruiser, capable of doing long distance cruising with the big Cat C12 engines. Some had Yanmar engines fit to them, but with big fuel tanks. It got 2,500 litres worth of fuel inside it, so it had a cruising range of roughly 250–300 miles at quite comfortable speeds of 22 to 25 knots, which is fantastic for a boat of this size to have 3 cabins in one layout, and with the big aft cabin, which is Broom's niche.
Now talk me through the fit and finish, because I understand 50s tend to vary. It's almost a semi-custom yacht in terms of what you have on board.
Absolutely. The colours you see here, so we've got the leather interior with the cherry gloss wood. We obviously did different wood interiors. There were some with sapele and maple, and the cherry that we've got today. Flooring wise, we have done one with a full purple Avonite floor instead of carpet, which was a customer's requirement, and that's really the benefit of Broom and Broom in the past. It's been at this size boat you can customise it to how you want it.
Now when the market crashed in 2009, Broom stopped building the 50. Things are starting to pick up. Any plans to bring it back?
There's no plans to bring the 50 back. Obviously in 2010 we came back with a bit of a bang. We've done a new model range now which starts in the aft cabin range from 37 until last year when we launched the new 43. We are currently discussing a 46, 47 and there are plans just being discussed at the moment. Can't go into much more detail than that. But certainly within the next 18 months we hope to have a new 46, 47 in the marketplace, and then we'll see where we go after that.
So there you have it, that's our quick video roundup of the Broom 50. Make sure you pick up the April edition of Motorboat and Yachting to read our full report.